5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's me, Mikey Bro here. This is T-minus episode 7. We are just under 8 hours away from the ABL's big sim tonight. And if you don't know, you should know by now, they're all big. And we're going to look at today's episode entitled The Golden Guys. Guys who are sitting 36 years or older but still performing at a very high level here in the Adult Baseball League. Now, while the top 20 lists are riddled with superstar laden young up-and-comers, there are still some legendary and bona fide superstars at the ripe old age of 36. A very, very old age of 36. The KC duo, as a matter of fact, Winters and North rank on this list. Both are 39 and are trying to set records this year, or are inching their way towards closing records. As it goes for North, he just continues to extend his lead across, most of the records as the season has progressed, but he did accomplish a new record, which was, of course, the all-time leader in doubles now, which was great. Winters was on pace to capture the all-time hits crown, but unfortunately a 5-week injury has set him back. The good news for KC and Winters alike is that he has a $1.4 million 2035 contract, where if he can take it, well, not if he can take it, he can take it, but he can pick it up should he choose fit to do so. And if he does that, most likely he'll reach the all-time hits record by June, no later, probably by the beginning or second week of May, because Winters is Winters. He was doing Winters things this year. Susie, was number one. Unfortunately, he fell off, didn't really play where San Francisco had him to the point when he signed him in the offseason of, I'm pretty sure he signed him because of the extremely popularness, to be honest, but he didn't perform, and he's since been, not really playing as he shouldn't be. Either way, Hall and Vasquez both had contracts like Winters does for coming up for the upcoming season, and as Tim has touched on, North and Winters, hey, they both could retire. But hopefully Winters at least comes back for a swan song, and North for that matter, I guess you could say, and tries to help the KC kids learn just a little bit more before docking out, and Winters can get that all-time hits record. Next up, in addition to Hall and North, who could forget about Oki's offense, which has been a marginal, if not amazing improvement. He's scored over 600 runs already this season, which is a big improvement for Randy. Now, Randy obviously went, for those of you who haven't checked and don't chart out, did go fix his park as, he was very pitching heavy as his park lays, and he went ahead and fixed his park to be more hitter friendly. Now, that works when you have Caden Shield, Goldberg, and Denny atop your rotation, with Sol Purbakia and a couple of the other guys at the back end of your bullpen. So you can do that because in the playoffs, you want to give yourself the best opportunity to hit the opposing pitcher's players, obviously, the opposing team's pitchers. And with a pitching rotation, the likes that he has, it is not going to hurt him that much no matter what he does to his ballpark. Obviously, Murphy, he's 4 years old now this year at the time of the playoffs. He's put up 28 home runs to 263, 45, 450 last year. And he's about on pace to do the same this year. A little bit less, a little bit higher in terms of average, a little bit less in terms of on base. And he's going to drop his home runs projected so far from 27, I believe it was, to about 22, 23. So he's in the same general ballpark. And I believe that the ballpark change has definitely helped him taper off some of his declining a little bit. Obviously, Baden Murphy is going to be a big part with Landy. My daddy just paid me Jarman as we head into the playoffs this season. And Randy needs to do the best he can, to definitely win the division. He's close with Mile High and such. So it's going to be a definite advantage for Randy to be, I would say more so than Maple, SoCal, or Havana, who are in the leader spot. Havana obviously has Hawaii around his tails, but Havana's so deep, he could pretty much go anywhere and win. Same things with SoCal and Maple. I would say both of those teams are built to be successful at home or the road. But for Randy, whose team is built, his offense is built on his park now, definitely being able to play at home as it relates to his lineup, and basically just being able to set up his rotation given what he has and how his team is built, it is vital, it is imperative for OKC to have a long run this year. If they want to do so, winning, I believe, their division is more imperative to them than to any other team currently in the one position. Next up is the ageist Kayanobu Yamasaki, obviously from South Carolina, who despite being one of the two best players in his run generation, cut it with Kim Jr., however you would like, 1A, 1B for me, they're pretty much equal, is still looking for his title. Luckily for Yama, he just turned 36 and is still going to be paid roughly $85 million if we include the two $5 million team back in opt-outs, if not about $115 million, I believe. But the good thing is he's holding on when he's been on the field. He's hitting in 81 games this year. I wrote it down. He's hit 300, 400, 500 slash rates, which is fantastic. He's hit 13 home runs and stole 16 bases, so his power is declining a little bit, but he still has plus defense. If he played another 81 games, that's still 26 home run pace. Even if he does decline, whatever. I don't see it declining anytime soon. He's just an absolute bona fide superstar. And for as many injuries as he obtained early on in his career, he's really like North kind of towards the back end of his career. as his body has aged out a little bit, he's gotten less injured, and he's really been able to continue his performance. And I see no reason why Yama can't keep doing big things in South Carolina, should Gary not choose to rebuild, which I'm not saying Gary's going to rebuild, but someone was saying it the other day in the chat that South Carolina may be going to rebuild, who knows. But either way, maybe it was in jest, I don't know. But either way, obviously, and he has so many damn outfielders, but Yama is obviously still Yama. He's still a superstar. He's making decent money. If you go over the next 4 years at $20 million, that's a really good deal for Yama. So I see no reason why Yama shouldn't continue the production he's having. And, I mean, Yama, $20 million at 81 to 100 games is still more than worth half the players in this league. And last but certainly not least, one of the older men in the award as well, and the Golden Guys edition is Angel Vasquez. Vasquez at the deadline was an interesting acquisition for Maple last year, not because of how much he made, but because he had, well, not because of who he had, which was Yamasaki, but because Maple was already built. And for the record, if this was the NBA, Maple's payroll, it'd be like an extra $320 million in luxury tax payments, but it's not. It's a video game and it's baseball. So he doesn't have to pay that. Lucky for you, Jason. He took in another pushed his payroll way past into the 250s, past the 200 mark with the acquisition of Vasquez. Steamer didn't help that either, but Vasquez making $23 million this year, and again next year on a player option, which he will most certainly probably opt into, but who knows? He's having such a great season. He's hitting 366 this year with 18 home runs with an OPS plus of 154 and a fucking astounding 9.3 run created per 27. Maple has, I want to say, 4 of the top 10 guys in the entire league, but Vasquez being just shifting from the full-time catcher position to DH. Just an absolute bonker season for Vasquez. I mean, the run rate 9 plus on the RC 27s per 9. That's just freaking nuts. An absolute bona fide superstar season for the former top 3 overall player. I'd put him right in there with Kim and Yamasaki. But yeah, this will be the end of T-minus episode 7. It's all the old guys. Just taking a look at some of the old guys in the league who are still doing big things here in the ABL. And it's proof that even if you are 36 or 37 years old in life, you can still contribute at a high rate in life. Thanks for watching, everyone, and have a glorious rest of your day.